Have you ever wondered what true wealth really means? Is it just about having a lot of money, or is there something deeper and more meaningful behind the concept? In today's video, we're going to explore the real meaning of wealth and how you can attract it into your life. We'll dive into the different aspects of wealth, including financial abundance, emotional well-being, and spiritual fulfillment. By the end of this video, you'll have a new perspective on what it means to be truly wealthy and practical steps to bring more wealth into your life. So let's get started on this exciting and enlightening topic. First, let's talk about financial abundance. This is the most common understanding of wealth, and it's often the first thing that comes to mind when we think about being wealthy. Financial abundance means having enough money to meet your needs and desires without constantly worrying about your financial situation. It's about having the freedom to make choices that align with your values and goals, rather than being constrained by a lack of resources. But how do we attract financial abundance into our lives? One important step is to develop a healthy relationship with money. This means understanding that money is a tool that can help us achieve our goals and create the life we want. It's not something to be feared or obsessed over. Instead, we should view money as a means to an end, rather than an end in itself. To do this, we need to cultivate a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. This means focusing on the opportunities and possibilities that are available to us, rather than dwelling on what we lack. Another key aspect of attracting financial abundance is to be clear about our financial goals. This means setting specific, measurable, and achievable goals that align with our values and priorities. It's important to take the time to really think about what we want to achieve financially and to create a plan for how we're going to get there. This might involve creating a budget, saving for the future, or investing in opportunities that will help us grow our wealth over time. In addition to setting goals, it's also important to develop good financial habits. This means being mindful of our spending, saving regularly, and making smart investment decisions. It also means being proactive about managing our finances, rather than letting them manage us. By developing good financial habits, we can create a solid foundation for financial abundance and ensure that we're making the most of the resources we have. But financial abundance is just one aspect of true wealth. Emotional well-being is another important component. This means feeling happy, fulfilled, and at peace with ourselves and our lives. It's about having a positive outlook and being able to cope with the challenges and stresses that come our way. So how can we attract emotional well-being into our lives? One important step is to practice gratitude. This means taking the time to appreciate the good things in our lives rather than focusing on what we don't have. By cultivating an attitude of gratitude, we can shift our focus from what we're lacking to what we have, and this can help us feel more content and fulfilled. It's also important to take care of our mental and emotional health. This might involve practicing mindfulness, seeking support from friends and family, or engaging in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. Another key aspect of emotional well-being is to develop a sense of purpose and meaning in our lives. This means finding something that we're passionate about and that gives us a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. It might involve pursuing a career that we love, volunteering for a cause that we care about, or simply spending time with the people we love. By finding and pursuing our passions, we can create a sense of purpose and meaning in our lives, and this can help us feel more emotionally fulfilled. Spiritual fulfillment is another important aspect of true wealth. This means feeling connected to something greater than ourselves and having a sense of inner peace and harmony. It's about finding a deeper meaning and purpose in our lives and feeling a sense of connection to the world around us. So how can we attract spiritual fulfillment into our lives? One important step is to develop a spiritual practice. This might involve meditation, prayer, or simply taking the time to reflect on our lives and the world around us. By developing a spiritual practice, we can create a sense of inner peace and harmony and feel more connected to something greater than ourselves. It's also important to cultivate a sense of compassion and kindness towards ourselves and others. This means being mindful of our thoughts and actions and striving to treat ourselves and others with respect and kindness. Another key aspect of spiritual fulfillment is to seek out experiences that bring us a sense of awe and wonder. This might involve spending time in nature, exploring new places, or simply taking the time to appreciate the beauty and mystery of the world around us. By seeking out experiences that inspire and uplift us, we can create a sense of spiritual fulfillment and feel more connected to the world around us. In addition to these three aspects of wealth, it's also important to consider the role of our relationships in creating true wealth. This means having strong, supportive relationships with the people we care about and feeling a sense of connection and belonging. So how can we attract positive relationships into our lives? One important step is to be mindful of the people we surround ourselves with. This means seeking out relationships that are positive, supportive, and uplifting, and distancing ourselves from those that are negative or draining. It's also important to be a good friend and partner to others. This means being kind, compassionate, and supportive, and striving to build strong, healthy relationships with the people we care about. Another key aspect of attracting positive relationships is to develop good communication skills. This means being able to express our thoughts and feelings clearly and respectfully, and being able to listen and understand the perspectives of others. By developing good communication skills, we can build stronger, more positive relationships and create a sense of connection and belonging in our lives. So, to recap, true wealth is about more than just financial abundance. It's about emotional well-being, spiritual fulfillment, and positive relationships. By focusing on these different aspects of wealth, we can create a more balanced and fulfilling life and attract more wealth into our lives. But how do we put all of this into practice? One important step is to create a vision for our lives. This means taking the time to really think about what we want to achieve and what kind of life we want to create. It's important to be clear about our goals and priorities and to create a plan for how we're going to achieve them. This might involve setting specific measurable goals, creating a budget, or developing a spiritual practice. Another key aspect of putting this into practice is to develop good habits and routines. This means being mindful of our thoughts and actions and striving to make positive choices that align with our goals and values. It's also important to be consistent and persistent in our efforts. By developing good habits and routines, we can create a solid foundation for attracting wealth and creating a fulfilling life. It's also important to be open to new opportunities and experiences. This means being willing to step outside of our comfort zones and try new things. By being open to new opportunities, we can create more possibilities for wealth and fulfillment in our lives. In addition to these steps, it's also important to seek out support and guidance from others. This might involve seeking advice from a financial advisor, working with a coach or mentor, or simply talking to friends and family about our goals and challenges. By seeking out support and guidance, we can gain new perspectives and insights and create a stronger foundation for attracting wealth and creating a fulfilling life. Finally, it's important to be patient and persistent in our efforts. Attracting wealth and creating a fulfilling life is a process that takes time and effort. It's important to stay focused on our goals and to keep working towards them, even when we face challenges or setbacks. By being patient and persistent, we can create a more balanced and fulfilling life and attract more wealth into our lives. True wealth is about more than just financial abundance. It's about emotional well-being, spiritual fulfillment, and positive relationships. By focusing on these different aspects of wealth, we can create a more balanced and fulfilling life and attract more wealth into our lives. By developing a healthy relationship with money, setting clear financial goals, and developing good financial habits, we can create a solid foundation for financial abundance. By practicing gratitude, taking care of our mental and emotional health, and finding a sense of purpose and meaning in our lives, we can attract emotional well-being. By developing a spiritual practice, cultivating compassion and kindness, and seeking out experiences that inspire and uplift us, we can attract spiritual fulfillment. By being mindful of the people we surround ourselves with, developing good communication skills, and being a good friend and partner to others, we can attract positive relationships. By creating a vision for our lives, developing good habits and routines, being open to new opportunities, seeking out support and guidance, and being patient and persistent in our efforts, we can attract more wealth into our lives and create a more balanced and fulfilling life. So let's start today and take the first step towards attracting true wealth into our lives.